Are you wondering what's happening with the housing market in the St. George, Utah area? In this video, we're going to talk about how much inventory we have, how long the homes are sitting on the market, and whether buyers are paying above or below asking price on average, and just kind of an overview of the trends and what's happening here. I know the headlines in the national news and local can be a bit scary, and so I'd like to just look at the facts so you can understand exactly what's happening in our area. Hi, I'm Shari Harris with Fathom Realty, and I love talking about real estate. All of my contact information is below, so don't hesitate to reach out to me to talk about our area and what's going on and how I can best help you. Now I'm going to jump on my computer and show you some graphs as we talk about the market. We'll start with looking at the inventory. So this graph I have on my screen, on this end we're talking about May of 2023, and then on this end May of 2024. So looking over the last year, the blue line is our active listings, the green is new listings, purple sold listings, and gray pending listings. And you'll see that we have kind of our typical little dip right in here in December, super common, not a sign that the market is crashing. Some people began to panic a little when they saw the numbers there, but it's like real estate ebbs and flows with the seasons. A lot of people don't want to move at that time of year. And so you'll see we dip a little and then we started right back up. There's not really that big of a fluctuation when you're looking at the whole last year. I mean, 1,500 and something homes were active in May of 2023 to 1,600 and something homes being active currently. And you'll see also, like, let's look over here at like our sold listings, 497 in May of 2023. And 522 this last month. So not a big difference. So sometimes when people make it sound like there's this huge crash, everything's dipping, it's good to just look over the last year and see that we're actually pretty even kill through the year. Now we're going to switch over to pricing trends. And this has a whole bunch of things we can look at. So the average sell price in May 2023 was $598,000. Here we are, $608,000 a year later, so just slight increase. If we look at the sold median sell price in 2023 in May, $509 and $500 now, so still pretty similar. And if you don't know, the difference between the average is if they took and added everything that sold and then divided it by how many sold, that gives you the average, whereas the median is if you listed everything from the lowest price to the highest price that sold and went strictly right there in the middle. And so some people prefer looking at your average and some prefer the median. And that's why they are just slightly different as well. If you want to just kind of look at our new average list price in May of 23, it was $642,000 and is now $674,000. And we did have a bit of a spike right up there, taking us up to $890,000. We do have some pretty big $1 million homes and areas. All right, let's look at the sell list price. So what this is looking at, are people paying over the list price or under? Back when we were having all those bidding wars, we were up here over 100%. So you'll see like the green line is sell to list price from like what it was listed at when it went under contract. So this is saying like in May 2023, it was 97.9% of the asking price at that time. And right now we're looking at 98.4. So not much under the asking price. The difference down here with this blue line, this is the original list price. So before they did any price reductions. So we do see that in May of 2023, there was a 94.9% of that of the asking price that they went for. And we have gone up from there and are looking at around 97% now. And so we are seeing, some price reductions, but they're not huge by any means. That's not horrible to be at, 97% of what the originally asking price had been. All right, days on market also tells you a lot. So you'll see in May 2023, average days on market, 41 days. And right now we're looking at 28 days. So when there's more buyers looking than there is inventory, they go quicker. And so the lower this is, the more we're looking at sometimes being a bit of a seller's market because of the demand. What shows that even better is if we look at months of inventory. And so you'll see that we had just barely over 3 months in May of 2023. And we're looking at about the same 3 months, just barely over. And so that means if we stopped listing homes today within 3 months, we would run out of inventory. So they say a very equal market is closer to the 6-month mark. I will say, even though we're looking at 3 months, we do see with the higher interest rates that there are some concessions where sellers are helping to pay down the interest rate or help with closing costs, different things like that to help a little. It's not huge, but it is happening in some situations. And so sometimes the numbers don't exactly show because typically they'd say that this was definitely a seller's market, meaning they wouldn't have to do much to sell their home. But we are seeing some who their home's sitting on the market a little bit, they're anxious to sell, and they are offering those incentives for their home to kind of stand out and get off the market so they can move on to whatever their next adventure is. So as I was looking over these graphs and just reading up on how things, are trending, one thing that a lot of people are talking about are interest rates and how they have not dropped as much as once was expected. When we entered 2024, we thought we would see some interest rate drops earlier. That didn't happen. There's still, many believe we will see some drops to the interest rate later in the year, not as big as they once projected. But we are seeing still the movement in inventory, like more sellers listing their home. And I think it's kind of that getting over the shock of where the interest rates went, because they increased so quickly that it just stopped a lot of buyers and sellers. And now as we're kind of adjusting to this kind of new norm, we're seeing more movement as more sellers are accepting and more comfortable putting their home on the market. But some sellers, it makes no sense to put their home on the market. They would like to change to a different home, but with their incredible, interest rate of 2 point or 3 point something, doing a loan for a new property, it just isn't making sense for some. And so we are seeing an uptick in new builds. And so we have a lot of great new communities being built here. And some of those builders have lender incentives. I've seen some 5.9 interest rate like buy down and recovering closing costs and different things like that. And so helping us with our inventory definitely is all of the new builds that are happening in this area. Another thing that kind of helps us to keep the value of our homes here is we have a lot of protected land. That beautiful red rock you see, those open land is protected, can't be built on. And so that means that our land holds on to its value, and so it just keeps those prices. And we're just a well-loved area, growing, drawing more and more people here. And so our home prices are holding steady and ticking up. So I would love to talk to you in detail about what's happening in our market here, so don't hesitate to reach out. Hi, I'm Shari Harris with Fathom Realty, and I love talking about real estate. All of my contact information is below, so don't hesitate to reach out to me to talk about our area and what's going on and how I can best help you.